What's happening is that Weezer put out 2 perfect albums, Blue and Pinkerton, and the rest was pretty corny.
Wow, well, that's your opinion, but me, I'm ride or die.
For Weezer?
They've been trash since 2001, son.
Well, if you think that, you're not gonna like what I'm about to say.
Well, then, please don't say it.
Pork and Beans is better than Buddy Holly.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're dumb. Oh, you're dumb. Martha, tell him he's dumb.
Is this a thing people care about?
No, it isn't.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, let me guess. You only listened to the first 2 records.
Hey, man, I'll go all the way up to the Green album. Yeah?
Oh, you know what? You know what you sound like right now? Okay, hold on. Here's what you sound like. You sound like, oh, I'm stuck in 1994. High school's awesome. Why don't you grow the hell up? Listen to Ratitude. Listen to Pacific Daydream.
Pacific Daydream is not music, man.
No offense, but burn in hell. I mean, you just don't understand what Rivers is going through right now.
Bitch! Rivers don't understand what Rivers is going through. I understand Rivers better than he understands himself.
I'm gathering that Rivers might be a guy in Weezer.
Wait, look, can we all just agree that Weezer is the best band of all time?
Can't we all just get along? Ego and Vice, episode 117.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Born and raised in South T-Bay, lower class punk ass, I was Northwood grade. I had it made. Spent my nights drinking with my mates. Just a short bus ride up to PA. Red River Red. Then I hit the wall and I knew I had to bounce. They still say that 19 years ago. Well, I got the hell out. From time to time you may see me hanging around. Now I feel like a stranger in this town. Crocs and rolls is where I learned to play. Westwood Tavern's where I learned to walk away.
Hey, this is Mike. This is Ego and Vice, episode 117. I hope everyone had a good week. I was busy, always busy. Got a lot done. Just planning for that December 8th show at Avant-Garde, the Ego and Vice acoustic showcase. And I was back up at the studio finishing off the new Goat record. Stay tuned. But enough about me. I had a guest, 2 guests actually, in Southwood Studio this week. They were Rick and Kevin from the local band Stoby. Stoby's awesome. What can I say? Great band, great people, and we had a great conversation. And I'm going to play it for you. But before I do that, I've been given the privilege of being allowed to play a song by Stoby. And it's not just a song. It is the debut of their brand new single called Blood. So let's do that. So on the other end of this, we're going to come back with Rick and Kevin from Stoby. But here it is, the brand new single, right here on Ego and Vice. This is Stoby. This is Blood.
Challenging me's your starting point. Creepy crawlies in the head. The way you walk is all I need to keep me moving.
All right, hey, I'm back. This is Ego and Vice, episode 117. As promised in the intro, right here in South of the studio with me is Kevin and Rick, and they are in the local band Stoby. How's it going?
Hello. Howdy doody.
Yeah, really good. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. I heard about Stoby through your peers. Over the course of doing this podcast, especially in the last couple of months, I'm in this wonderful little bubble of local music where everyone I talk to on the podcast, they recommend bands and their friends and bands from the scene, and it's amazing. And Stoby, the name Stoby always comes up, and I've been listening to Stoby for quite some time now. So much great music, and you just make it sound effortless and easy and genuine. And what can I say? I'm a fan.
That's very kind.
Yeah,
that's kind of you to say, but man, we're not worthy of such a.
How many bands and artists do you think you've interviewed over the years?
Oh,
I know I'm interviewing you now, but
well, I don't know. I've had 100 and. Well, this is episode 117.
Wow, okay.
So I guess minus the pandemic episodes, which was just me and a co-host, everything else had a guest attached.
Okay.
But I also did a side series of Ego and Vice. It was called The Spotlight. Because I used to just do one-on-one interviews, and then when I would do full bands, I'd call it The Spotlight.
Yeah.
And there was 12 episodes of that, so 120.
So we probably have a ton of crossover with different people we know.
Oh, I'm sure. I find that Ottawa's kind of a. It's not Toronto, right?
Yeah. Once you know a couple of people in the scene, it's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you heard of them? Yep. Have you heard of them? Yep.
Yeah, it's definitely not Toronto. It's and there's only a handful of venues, right?
Yeah,
where you're not playing on the Upper East Side tonight, where you got to take three trains, trains and a cab and through the years I've been in the Ottawa scene since '98.
Okay,
cool.
So I've been in some bands and met lots of people, and whether they're friends or not, my paths have crossed.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, cool. Let's talk about Stoby. Where do you want to begin? Do you want to talk about old stuff, or do you want to start at the currently and work our way back?
Yeah, we could talk about currently. Maybe we could talk a little bit about. I've known Kev now for how long?
5 years, at least?
5 or 6 years.
Yeah, we're going maybe on 6. Yeah.
We have a funny story about how we first met. I could tell that one. I'd played in a couple bands. I've been in the scene for a while too, and I played in a couple previous bands, and then I was bandless for a while, so I was looking on Kijiji for potential bands to play in. That's so funny, as any self-hating musician will at some point in their career. And I found some demos that Stoby had done, so I really liked it. I was like, damn, I really want to get involved in this. So we went and we met at
Mill Street
Brewery.
And so, I should say that the reason we met at Mill Street Brewery is that we're inviting people into our basement, and we want to make sure that they're not gonna kill us or rob us,
Well, that Kijiji, it's a sketchy,
exactly.
It's a sketchy spot, right?
So it was a nice little public space. So anyways, we're having a beer, we're getting to know each other, talking about what kind of bands we like and stuff, and everything's going great. I was like, wow, this is sick. I could totally see me playing with these two, Maurice and Kevin. And then I realized I had forgotten my wallet. So I was like, damn, okay, I got to go back to my car and pay for this beer. So I went to my car and I totally had forgotten my wallet entirely.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go back in to the restaurant and be like, yo, guys, I know we just met and everything, but can you buy my beer for me? And then Kevin thought it was a scam that I set up.
What actually happened? I think Rick didn't want to be in the band, but then we bought him the beer and he felt obligated to play.
Oh, that could have happened.
Yeah,
I was telling him
it was like a guilt join.
Yeah.
I was telling him it was just a scam I had set up. I would just go meet with different bands off Kijiji and get them to buy me stuff. And always forget my wallet.
What was the beer? Was it an imported beer? Was it domestic?
It was an IPA. Yeah, it was it was pretty strong. Probably one of the most expensive beers on the menu.
Right. Okay. Well. That Kijiji, like I said, you're rolling the dice. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, you didn't get murdered. You just had to buy a beer.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty
So
good.
can't really go wrong there. I was looking back on some Stoby history. I did my best research as
cool.
As the non-journalist I am, anyway. And the farthest I could go see back was 2017 was something called Reinventing the Waltz.
Well, that's funny actually. You probably did this research today, I think, probably because it's actually it was a thing that was recorded a long time ago, but with no vocals on it. And then recently, just had like a bunch of vocalists from the Ottawa scene record on it. So like it's kind of like 2017, but 2023 as well.
You just put that up on Bandcamp today too.
Yeah, literally today. Yeah, exactly.
Today,
but it's marked as 2017.
Yeah, because I didn't want it to be at the top of the list because it's not really like a present day album. It's just sort of like
it's a present day album. He should have just put 2023 on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess it's we haven't really played a lot of the songs like live or anything, and like we had a lot of guest vocalists from like other bands be in it, so it was like I don't know what to make of this thing exactly. So
okay,
I just wanted to release it, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really like a Stoby album, I guess, per se.
Yeah, I mean like you're on it and stuff, but yeah, it's like
but there's so many different musicians and
it's kind of yeah.
Well, let's maybe kind of dial it back to we get to what it is now. When you were doing it originally, can it be classified as the first Stoby recording, or was it still just a bunch of?
I don't know. I mean, it's like a prototype, I guess. It was, I guess me and Maryse were kind of like just two people kind of working on this together. She was like a vocalist, I'm a guitarist, and sort of just kind of working on different projects. And then like, so like I think like after that Reinventing the Waltz thing was sort of like recorded but not completed, we went on to some other songs, and then that's when Rick came along and like, and then we kind of like started getting more solidified as an actual like live band and stuff. Kind of like start off as like a recording project and then kind of like expanding it to actual like other members and like, you know, making it sound like a full band and stuff.
You have like a ton of demos on Bandcamp though. It's not under Stoby, and it's I don't want to out your I don't want to out your like demo pit of like songs. You can if you want, but there's a lot of Bandcamp recorded songs. Where I feel like that was the first kind of Stoby that I heard.
Yeah.
That was what you were sharing as like the demos, and then like you go to that and there's like tons of old albums.
Yeah, I just went a bunch of old stuff. They just kind of like just trying to archive it, not meant for the public to be listening to, kind of thing, you know. Just
when Sandy was on from Teenage Fiction, he had showed me a file on his phone, and he had like 150.
Yeah,
like ready to go songs. Is it in that kind of? Are you having that problem? Or?
I mean, I wouldn't want to call these ready to go songs because it depends. It depends. Like, I mean, the quality kind of varies and stuff. I don't know. I mean,
there's like some that you had written when you were like a teenager too, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a song we have called Falsettos that was basically written as like a 14-year-old that we play as like, you know, 20 and 30-year-olds.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. There's I don't know. You make music as your life progresses, and you have these things just sitting around. But I mean, you don't necessarily going to use them or anything, right?
Are you the primary songwriter of the band?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, Maryse is like a vocal melody writer on like as we go on. She writes more and more vocal melodies. She's a lyricist as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's kind of like we kind of start the factory, I guess, and then bring it to the fellas like Rick and Devin to sort of flesh it out. But yeah.
Did you want to take a minute and actually introduce the other two members of the band?
Sure.
Sorry, we kind of.
Yeah. You want to do it, or should I do it? I don't know.
You go ahead.
So Maryse is our singer, and then Devin is the drummer. We were practicing tonight actually. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the band Stoby, 4-piece, female fronted vocals, 1 bass, 1 guitar, and drums.
Cool. And 2017, 2018, I guess you guys were getting together. It's been a while over the last couple of Ego and Vice shows that I've had. You're one of the first bands I've had in a while that was actually formed before the pandemic.
Yeah,
like kind of well before the pandemic too. like a couple years.
Yeah. It's a weird. Was it? We lost our. We had a different drummer right before the pandemic, and then we got a new drummer. We played one show with him, and then the pandemic happened. So then we all like we're on like Zoom. And we're playing like Jackbox games and shit.
Yeah, we played a lot of Jackbox games. Did you ever play Jackbox games?
No.
It's like video games you play like with your cell phone, but you can play them like over Zoom.
Oh yeah.
And I think during the pandemic, we probably played that like every single weekend for like a year. So we all stayed in touch, I guess.
That's how the band stayed together
pandemic.
with
Jackbox
pretty
well,
games?
actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, whenever there was like a lowering of restrictions, we would like play, and then like we managed to pull one song out during the pandemic, like as a full band. So, but yeah, I guess we were around before the pandemic, and I guess we're still here.
Yeah, it's kind of exciting for me because I have kind of like a before and after question, and I know out of the pandemic how strong the music scene has been, and how just everyone's out supporting, and everybody goes to shows and stuff. How was it prior to your experiences?
I'll give you my thoughts.
Yeah, okay,
so
sure.
I think Ottawa's always been a scene where you kind of have to know what's going on, and if you don't know what's going on, you don't think anything's going on. So I think that those scenes in Ottawa still existed, and they were still very strong. They were just kind of a little bit more underground. Like I remember playing a lot of house shows, DIY venues, and then there was sort of like, I don't know, there was like different scenes too. Metal scene, there was a pop scene, punk scene, like just different things like that, but you wouldn't really know who's playing where and when, and so I think it was still strong, but I think now you're right. Like you go out to a show now and you see all the same bands, you see all the same people that come out to each show because they're just like, yeah, this is our friend group, and you know, like
That's
we're
what
friends
they do.
first,
Yeah,
and
that's what there is to do tonight.
Yeah.
I guess like right before the pandemic, there's do you know this venue called Sinkhole?
Yeah.
So it was just starting off, and like
That was the Westboro one closed now,
yeah,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
Right.
For some bizarre reason, we got to play there 3 times in like its short existence, and like every time we played there, it was like really big. And it was just like, I don't know, we were just so lucky to play there.
Yeah, those were the best shows. We'd always like open for some sick band from out of town too. And it was like, whoa, what the heck?
And then the last one we did was our EP release there, and it was like shocked. Like people were coming in, like strangers buying our stuff. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Anyway, his Sinkhole died, and it was very sad.
Yeah, this is like the longest I've been inactive in like 20 years because my one band, I need a bass player and a drummer, and the Riptides were on like a creative writing the new record break.
Yeah, okay.
But before, from my experience, it was like, yeah, there was scenes because I was in more of a punk scene. Like I used to not work with, but a lot of stuff was booked through like Chord Productions, places like the old Mavericks, not the Mavericks it is now, but the Mavericks it was, just that big empty seatless cold
with a pillar in the middle.
Cold room that only serves like lukewarm PBR. House of Targ, the Dom, that kind of stuff. And it was because my band Goat was together it's been together since.
You were in Goat? Sweet.
Yeah, Goat. I am Goat. That's what it is.
Hell yeah.
Oh man,
I love Goat, dude.
But we started in 2011, and through the course of that, it was like sometimes it was like pulling teeth getting people out. You know what I mean? It could have been my band, but I don't know, man. And I'm going to the show this Saturday.
Cool, awesome, yeah.
Yeah, at the Saw with you guys.
Class 91's gonna be there. Neon Ghost House and
Hannavig.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting. So I don't get out as much as I used to, so I'm really looking forward to just taking in the
Have you been to
energy
Saw?
and the atmosphere. Not since it's been recently, but I've been to the old.
Yeah, so I was playing shows in there like 2003, I guess.
Okay.
And yeah, that was a different venue back then.
Yeah, totally. And I'm excited to see what that's all
so
about
nice
too.
Now. Yeah, they did a really good job.
Cool. So going back through more of your kind of back catalog, I noticed that you actually released a self-titled EP. That was in 2019.
Yeah, that'd been our first thing that's our official first release, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the song, or that's the EP with 17 on it.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the first Stoby song I heard. That's
cool.
That's my stickin' head Stoby song. So
Oh,
anyway,
yeah.
and then you went further on. You released another EP called Peacemaker, which was split like bilingual.
It was Pacemaker, but yeah.
Pacemaker. Sorry, it's my handwriting.
Yeah. Okay.
My
Yeah.
bad.
It's all good. Yeah. That was just when we were recording songs on our own, there was no studio time to pay for, so our singer's bilingual, so we started experimenting and recording song in 2 different languages for the fun of it.
How did that? What was the reaction of that? Was it
Positive from the people I talked to.
Oh, yeah?
I mean,
Okay.
I have quite like a few francophone friends, and they were like, "Hell yeah, we need more francophone music in the scene, right?"
I think it's an awesome idea. Like, I know the band, Bad Religion?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They released some of their stuff in German. Same
Really?
songs, but in German, yeah.
Do they have a German member in the band, or why is
I don't know. They had this.
Did it
no,
phonetically.
the singer Greg Graff, and he's just, I don't know. There's a song called Raise Your Voice, and he released it in German, and a song called A Walk. And those were like kind of big singles in North America, I guess, for a punk band. Even though they are
Maybe they're trying to break into the Germany scene or something.
Hey man, punk rock is huge in that side of the world, right?
You know the band Wizzo?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know them that well, but I know they're a German band that was on Fat Records or something.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think it's a good idea if you have a member that actually speaks another language and you can, record the vocals if you have the time and the money and the effort or whatever to do it. Sure, absolutely. Especially where we live.
Yeah, exactly.
Right on the border of Quebec, right? So
yeah, totally.
I think it's a great idea. I think it's a super great idea.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to try to actually do a whole set all in French, but it's just a matter of like sitting down and practicing it enough, right?
Yeah, we did a full Weezer cover set in French.
Oh yeah, we did that.
Oh, cool.
And we called our band Weezer.
Like we?
Like we.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. O-U-I Zer.
Yeah, exactly.
Weezer, yeah.
Weezer.
Yeah.
That's clever. Moving past that, you got Shark Girl, Shark Shark.
Yeah, that was that we released the EP right before the pandemic happened. That was our EP. Yeah, I mean,
that one was still with Jesse, right?
Yeah, that was still with Jesse. That was our former drummer Jesse's last album before he escaped to the UK.
Oh,
yeah,
to be someone else's drummer.
Yeah, I think he is drumming now, but yeah, I think he went there for work, but probably to be another drummer.
I think he is a drummer there. Yeah,
that's a rough day when you lose your drummer, though. Drummers are hard to come by.
Yeah, we got really lucky with Devin. I think Devin fit right in, and he's phenomenal at picking up songs. If you play something, he's like, "Yep, this is what it's gonna sound like." So
he was the Stoby drummer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
before he was the Stoby drummer. Great.
He didn't even
now,
know.
You called Shark Girl, Shark Shark an EP, but there's 8 songs on it.
Yeah, it's kind of like an iffy area, right?
Right. Where's the
cutoff?
How do you feel about that? For me, I'll give you mine quick.
Yeah.
And this is just random off the top of my head. In 1984, Metallica released "Ride the Lightning."
How long is that?
8 songs.
Oh, but the song the song lengths are pretty long, right?
Yeah, but still. It's still 8 songs, right?
Yeah. So what would you classify it as?
Well, I don't. They classify it as a record, like an album.
Yeah.
So where does it start and where does it end?
What are you gonna say?
I think it should have been an LP or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure because the Weezer released the Green Album, which has 10 songs and it's under a half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we released with Shark Girl, Shark Shark was probably a little bit above a half an hour, maybe. I mean, I don't know if it's the length of the entirety or is it the amount of songs on it. I don't know how to define it.
It would relate to how many songs you can fit on the size of vinyl.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Probably could have fit onto an extended play vinyl.
So maybe the Weezer Green Album should be an EP and Shark Girl, Shark Shark should be an LP.
Right. And then when you upload your stuff to like a host or to like Spotify and stuff, it'll say, is it a full album or is it a single? And I think I've actually, because Goat has some EPs where there's like 4 songs on it.
Yeah.
And I think I put album, but it goes into the single pile. Or maybe it was 6. I don't know. Weird. Maybe it was me who screwed up. I don't know.
But if you call it a single, it just doesn't usually mean it's just one song.
Oh, that's what it was. It has 4 songs on it, but when I look at my like my releases or discography or whatever they want to call it,
Yeah.
all the ones with like 4 or 5 songs on them go as singles. But I know I hit.
Oh, and so they're telling you like, no, this ain't a full album. This is a single.
Yeah. So yeah, and my Metallica reference was one that just popped into my head. I'm sure there's millions or hundreds of thousands of other examples, but that was one that popped into my head.
There's I don't know if you know NoFX.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, people know NoFX, I guess, but there's an album.
Can you sing us one of their songs? So people know what.
Well, I mean, I can. So long, thanks for all the shoes. Something off that. But anyway, they have an album called, well, is it even called an album? The Decline, which is like one long song. I'm not sure how long it is.
Like
20
minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. Is that considered? Is that considered a single? Is that considered an EP? Is it considered an album?
I think it's a single.
That would be a single.
I think it's a
very long single.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know.
I have no idea either.
Yeah,
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, okay.
people be doing stuff,
kind of tapered
people
off
be doing
there,
stuff.
just kind of wandered off on that one. And then you have Playing in Cement, 2022.
Yeah,
which is 7 songs. Do you consider that? No, I'm just
kidding. That the same issue was like, that's not. It's like a little bit longer than an EP, but it's not quite long enough for an LP. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should start just putting 9 or 10 songs.
Yeah, I know, but people have the patience for that kind of stuff.
Oh, is that what you think about when we?
No, I mean we're just recording whatever we have.
Yeah,
at the time, right?
Yeah. I made a comment too about that. It's like singles are almost better because people's attention spans, but I can't remember who was on. I think it was anyway. Someone said they said I think you're selling people short. If they like the band, they'll listen to like a record.
Yeah.
If by just saying, oh, people just won't even listen to it, they're just going to listen to one song, it's kind of selling it short, and it's selling yourself short. But who knows?
There's a whole different market now for that kind of approach, where you have like singles that you release every month or 2 months or something, and it boosts your algorithm kind of, and you can get on different playlists, and then it's like you're constantly putting stuff out, so you're constantly in the algorithm.
How do you get? Where do you guys record your own stuff?
Kind of a mix.
Yeah, I mean the past 2 things. Well, we haven't released something yet, but yeah, it's all over the map, I guess. Sometimes we get the drums recorded in studio, then we record the rest at home, and then have like somebody mix it. We recorded just by ourselves. The first thing we recorded was with Stefan. I can't remember his last name. Jurix. Okay, yeah.
Desert Island Big Band.
No, All Day Breakfast. We recorded with him before, and then I guess I enjoy. Maybe you enjoy too. The freedom to record on your own, and just like make mistakes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you're under the clock. I mean, you might not get as good of a quality, but you can kind of just like chill in the basement and have some drinks, play Mario Kart, and take your time with it. Or, for us, like if we do the drums out of the studio, I find I can get a pretty good guitar tone just like with the equipment that I have. Yeah. And it's, I think that the mix has worked well for us.
I think that's the hardest part is just like, because I have this stuff here, as you can see, the way I record the podcast and the way I record stuff. And I could flesh out some full, like, fleshed out demos. I can. But I don't know how to mix. I don't know how to add, like, I don't know how to EQ. I don't know. So it always lacks. So I have a friend, Skylark Park Studio, Pembroke, Ontario. Anybody who's looking for a producer?
Cool.
He's awesome. His name's Jordan Zadarozny. I've been going to him for 20 years. He's the best. We have our system down flat. Like I go up there and he has like the mic settings, like mic as in my name, not the microphone. And it's basically just go.
And it also helps to have that extra set of ears too. Like when we were working with Stefan, like he gave us a lot of like really nice like producer points, and it like really elevated a lot of the songs and stuff. So having someone do that for you, like Sandy, helped out a lot too with that. So yeah, it's fun to mix it up.
I think one of the main things of having a producer do it, especially if you're used to sitting at home, like when I do the demos, is having someone say stop.
Yeah.
That's enough. Like
keep adding and adding and adding.
You don't
and
need
adding.
17 guitar lines.
No,
in
but
there.
I'm John Frusciante. I want a 24-track guitar solo here.
Right.
And,
or even to the point where it's just like, let me do it one more time. The last 8 times you did that lead part sounded exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, no, it's really, really good. And I believe in, like, I don't do my own dentistry.
Mm-hmm.
I go to a professional
okay.
to do it properly. You know what I mean? Because I could probably fucking do it.
Yeah.
But it would be all gnarly and bad.
I like
and
that.
It would be painful. So that's my call on that. So now that everything's rolling, the world is open, and it has been for a while. The Ottawa scene is
exploding.
The energy is amazing. Everyone's excited.
Yeah.
How has the shows been? How has performing been? How has just being in that cycle of local?
Yeah, I mean, well, geez, we haven't played a show since September, I guess. But we're only in November right now. But
yeah, we used to play like 2 to 3 gigs a month.
Yeah, you're
before
right.
the pandemic.
Yeah,
So we've really kind of slowed down on gigs, but I
month?
feel like
Oh.
Yeah, we used to be playing like every second weekend, basically.
Yeah, it was a lot more
It was
back
a little
then.
bit too saturated, I think. Like people were like, "Well, I'm not going to go see Stoby right now. I got to see them in a week." But now, I feel like the shows we're doing are more meaningful. They're more like impactful. We're getting like better crowds. We're playing with better bands because it's just kind of like we're just choosing, stuff that's not as compressed together in schedule and playing with bands we actually really love to play with. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's definitely I would let's say compared to pre-pandemic, there's definitely more of a recognizable crowd of people, I guess.
Yeah.
There was this band Root Cause was playing at a skate park a few weeks ago. I was going there to film parts of it, and like while I was there, just like recognized like, I don't know, maybe like 15, 20 people, just by chance, like in the middle of the afternoon at a skate park. Yeah.
Also, like some of the venues have had like some pretty solid upgrades in terms of sound quality. Like Live on Elgin has always had good sound. I found Saw Gallery really nice renovations.
Yeah.
We haven't played at, I think Café de Cuff got a reno as well.
I heard,
think.
yeah.
We haven't played there yet. And Mavericks, we haven't played since the old one, but the other one is the Rainbow got a really nice new sound system in there, and like we played there not too long ago, and it was like, wow, damn. Okay.
Yeah, Rainbow was always a favorite spot.
It's a cool
for sure.
layout, right? Like
Yeah,
you're just kind of like up on this extra stage, and
It's
people
cool,
are up
and
on
you
the
have
balcony.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, but I was just gonna say we were gonna play there with the new hires for the Dragon Boat Festival. Eh?
Yeah, in December.
February.
February.
Beginning of
Okay.
February. Okay.
Okay.
So follow
you did or you're
Stoby
going to?
socials.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I was looking at some of the stuff, and Live on Elgin saw Rainbow and the Dragon Boat and the Ice Dragon. Is that the same? The Ice Dragon Boat? It's the same thing.
Yeah, okay. It's Ice Dragon Boat. Right?
Well, there's the Dragon Boat in the summer, and then there's the Ice Dragon Boat in the winter,
okay.
which they played. So I wasn't here at that time, but you guys played at the Dragon Boat in the summer that one time.
Yeah, okay.
And then we played at the Winter Dragon Boat last winter.
When the Dragon Boat was actually canceled, but they kept the bands playing anyway.
Yeah. So it was too cold, I think. Yeah, was it? Was that
no,
why they canceled
it was too warm. They couldn't go on the ice.
Oh right.
Oh yeah.
But then it was too warm. They couldn't. The ice wasn't frozen over. But then the night we played at Live on, or at
it was
the
freezing,
Rainbow,
yeah.
it was like the night that it went down to like -40.
Aren't they boats though?
I think they're ice boats for the ice one. So they're supposed to go on the canal, but the canal didn't open.
I gotcha. So
Yeah.
it's okay, an ice boat. I'll have to Google that later.
Which I think
have no
is
idea
just like a
what an
sled.
ice boat is. Oh, right. So it's the ice, the dragon sled. No, maybe I'm wrong. The Rainbow, I haven't been in it since it's been renovated, but the one thing that I'm kind of bummed out about is, do you remember that guitar that was right on stage? If you're looking out this way, the guitar, there was a Fender, like probably cheap, but it was a Strat model, and it was literally like drilled into the roof.
I think I remember that. It's like kind of above where the soundboard used to be, or
well, it's right on the. It was right on the stage. It was
man.
like. That was there for years and years. That was the guitar of. There used to be a band in town called Fuzzy Bunny Slaughterhouse.
okay.
And the guitar. I know do you guys know Jumpin' Joel Flash and the Magic Machine? He was the singer of Fuzzy Bunny Slaughterhouse.
Wow, I talked to him. He didn't even mention that. He never mentioned that band at all. Anyway,
he will if you. Oh, he was on your show.
Yeah,
he was on the
him,
Gummy
yeah.
Worms, which I want to talk to. Yeah, Jumpin' Joel. He's awesome, and his guitar player is about 6'7" at the time, and he played, and because it was a very theatric band. They wore like the bunny ears, and they always did an Easter gig, and Goat opened for them a couple times at the Easter Fest at the Rainbow.
Yeah,
and the guitar player, I can't remember his name. I think it's Brad. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry, but. At the very end of the show, he had a drill, and he drilled that.
No way, that's rock and roll.
He drilled that fucking thing right. No, he didn't ask. Can I drill a guitar into the wall?
So,
and it stayed there for years.
So we should do that.
At Club Saw?
No, at the Rainbow, at our next Rainbow show.
You have a guitar you want to lose?
Yeah, I could probably get rid of a few.
I'm sure you could do it. I don't know if it'll
They'll
be there.
Probably take it down. Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be there for
take it
years though, and they probably won't like that. There's holes in their new decor, but fuck, it's only rock and roll, right? Anyway, so speaking of that, just to kind of change the topic a little bit, not 100%, but just to kind of reference what we were talking about is the Gummy Worm podcasts. That you do.
Yeah.
Did you want to talk about that just for a bit?
Sure. Should I just start talking about it, or you want to ask a specific question?
Okay. Well, on the YouTube, I came across one day. This is how I came across it. I can't remember who was on, but anyway, it was a Gummy Worm podcast, and I couldn't find any link or any way to reach you. So if you look back on your actual YouTube videos, you'll see comments going, "Hey, bud, just trying to get a hold of you. How do I reach out?" Yeah, you have to check the comments on certain videos.
Yeah, whenever I upload stuff, I upload it on Safari, and I usually use Chrome, so I rarely ever see the comments if there's anything going on. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that's so, but it's basically a video, like a YouTube channel.
Yeah, it's a YouTube channel. Yeah.
And then when Sandy from Teenage Fiction was here, we were just talking about random things, and I said, "Have you ever seen that Gummy Worm podcast?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's Kevin." I'm like, and at the time I'm like, "Who's Kevin?" And he's like, "Oh, it's the guy he's my friend from Stoby." And I'm like, "Shit!" And he's like, he's like, "We did like a 3-hour Weezer podcast or some shit," because I think we were talking about lengths of podcasts, and that's how it came up.
Yeah, it's long. Those things. Yeah.
Anyway, so the Gummy Worm podcasts. How did it begin? Do you still do them? Or?
Yeah, I still. I mean, it's. I guess I just have the equipment, and I was just wondering if I could do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just thought, like, well, I'll ask some people and see what they say. And I think literally the first person I asked was Sandy, and his has not been released yet. For because it's the longest. Because there's something that I need to cut out of it, and because there's a part where his camera footage runs out, so I got to replace it with something else. So it's more of a daunting task to release it, and I guess like now he's on hiatus, so there hasn't been a particular like I'll work on it and get it done when something like I'll release it like in like a big Teenage Fiction show is going to happen or something.
Right.
So, but anyway, yeah, I just wanted to just test it out. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing. I just sort of just do research, and I invite some people on and just talk to them for about like I try to make about an hour, which is probably the best thing to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I approached Neighborhood Noise about like having it be under their umbrella, and they're like, yeah, sure. And so like it's like on their website and stuff. I'm trying to like sort of associate it with something else.
Yeah. What is Meowing Into the Abyss? Is that actually what it's called?
Yeah, I call it Meowing Into the Abyss, an Ottawa music podcast or something like that.
Yeah.
That was based on we have a cat named Pogo.
Okay.
And she'd go into the basement by herself, and she'd just start meowing and to nobody in front of her, like
haunting.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's just like it was meowing into the abyss. Like who is she trying to communicate with? She just Anyway. Cool. That's kind of where it came from.
Well, it's pretty fun. It's pretty cool. And I was as Ego and Vice. I felt like I was the only podcast. I felt like I was the only podcast for years.
You felt so lonely.
Yeah. So I got like super complacent. Like I used to do like a podcast like a month. You know.
Oh, okay.
But now there's like and I've looked around. Even when back in the day, I've always looked around. Is there anyone else doing this? And it'd be like no. And now there's like. Dog and Gus, there's you, there's all these other things. I'm like, shit, I better fucking. So it actually kind of lit a fire under my butt a bit just to see the other podcasts with the same kind of idea.
Yeah, some healthy competition.
Competition is good, but I don't look at it as competition because it's all for the cause, right?
No, I mean, yeah, it's everybody's getting lifted up.
Yeah, all boats.
A rising tide shall lift all boats.
There you go. That's what it was. Yeah.
And I think there's many different, like you were touching on earlier. There's many different pieces of the Ottawa music scene. It's not just a straight line, and I find that between the podcasts, they're all kind of have different flavors, right?
Yeah.
They kind of cross paths sometimes where they're kind of, with the same guests or same people or same genres or whatever, but
and some will talk about a Weezer album for 3 hours.
Exactly. It's awesome, right? Because Weezer albums can be talked about for 3 hours. My favorite Weezer album.
Yeah, what is it?
It's Pinkerton.
Yeah, me too.
It's always been Pinkerton.
Yeah, totally. I agree with that totally.
I love the self description of we mostly play fast-ish, sometimes slow.
I guess I wrote that. Was it you, Rick? No,
I don't remember. I feel like what's the other, like, I feel like that is an old description.
Yeah, I think
mostly play fastest, sometimes slow.
I think slow was referring to the song In This. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny, and it was we're Stoby, so you don't have to be, or something like that.
Yeah, we're Stoby, so you don't have to. Isn't that like an old cheesy slogan about something? like a commercial from like the 50s, like we do this so you don't have to.
Right.
Thought it was like a burden to be Stoby. It's like
Yeah,
someone in Ottawa's obligated to be Stoby. We'll do it.
Someone's got to do it. Yeah. It's like his job sucks, but someone's got to do it.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Like,
yeah.
It's like at the end of a concert or a show, you can say, "We've been Stoby. You've been awesome."
Oh,
you got that one. Ooh,
I'm using that one.
You got that little chestnut there. So the show coming up on this Saturday.
Yeah.
With Class of 91, Neon Ghost House, Hannah Vig, Saw Gallery. It's going to be super fun event.
Looking forward to it.
And you guys haven't played since September.
Yeah,
so
exactly,
this is you're all raring to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And cool. All right. Is there any other stuff you guys wanted to touch on? Anyone you want to give a little shout out to? Anything you want to? Putting you on the spot.
I could say that Dave from Guest Room Status is a little bit tall. No, he's a little bit shorter than me. Just want to make that point.
Shout out Guest Room Status.
Okay.
And
they are shorter than Kevin.
Dave is like 6'2". I'm 6'3". So just
yeah, and he's a pretty good golfer. Pretty
Yeah.
decent golfer.
Nice.
Willie's better though.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know about that.
Oh.
They're pretty even.
Yeah,
I would say.
who you went golfing with? Who would you go golfing with?
Willie and David.
Is the three of you guys? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're my golf buddies.
How'd it go? I have golf buddies.
Sweet, we'll go golfing next year.
Let's do it.
Sick.
I'd love to go golfing.
Yeah. We'll have an Ottawa music scene golf tournament. There'll be 5 of us.
Should go well.
I participate even though I can't golf like very well, but I'll be there.
No.
Golfing's not so much about the game, it's just kind of being there.
The camaraderie.
Yeah. That's what it is.
That's why they call it a country club.
Yeah, it's a club. It's a club for bad golfing. Because nobody's good at golfing.
No, God, no.
Not even the professionals. They're terrible at golfing.
Well, like nobody that I've ever golfed with is good at golfing.
Yeah, the whole point of golf is who can suck the less.
That's right.
The least.
Yeah, and you just laugh at each other.
You're right.
Anyway, okay. So, I have a fun thing that we can do. It's called 13 Questions with the Band. You guys want to participate?
Hell yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Shit, you must be fucking, man. Like, what's he talking about? Any question?
Okay, we're back with 13 questions with Stoby. Question number 1. You can both answer. I'll answer the question is for each of you.
Okay.
So you can both answer it. Okay.
Sounds good.
Question number 1. What was the first record, CD, or tape you purchased with your own money?
Boston. More Than a Feeling.
Oh, very nice.
I think it was Ixnay on the Hombre by The Offspring. Yeah.
CDs? We talking CDs?
Yeah,
here?
CD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Still got them?
No.
Maybe.
Don't think so. Maybe at my parents' place, but probably not.
Might have like a CD book with it still there, but it seems unlikely.
Yeah. CDs? Do you still have any CDs?
No, I don't think so. Maybe at my parents' place, but
I have I don't have like a CD book and like piles of like burnt stuff. I'm not sure what is what, but yeah.
How do you feel about the whole not throwing it out, but just like getting rid of it, or like I don't know, where do CDs go? Because I used to have more CDs and I don't remember ever throwing out music. But how do you feel? You know how vinyl came back within the last decade?
Yeah.
So if you have like an original Offspring Ixnay on the Hombre and CD, do you think that's going to be worth anything in like 20 years?
No.
I have no idea.
I don't think so. I think it's just cheap plastic.
Yeah, but I think CDs. Well, I guess vinyl degrades too the more you play it. But I believe CDs will they eventually just give out, even though if you don't play them.
Yeah, and I think vinyl has like more of like that sort of analog feel to it, right? Where like a CD is like you're still getting the same quality as an MP3.
Yeah, and CDs were like mass produced. There's millions of them. Okay, never mind. Okay. What was your very first concert that you saw?
Matchbox 20.
I saw, actually, you got a sticker on them right there, the Queers, at the Dom when I was like 12 or 13 or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trying to get our personal information for our password resets? Because Matchbox 20 is one of them.
The more questions I ask you, the more
if you
little
ask about my first pet and which street I grew up on.
Yeah. The more questions I ask you, the more zeros and ones I get from you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'll figure it out. Yeah.
Did they play that song, I Want to Push You Around?
Oh, hell yeah, they did.
Yeah, okay, good.
That was the first time I ever like listened to a bass guitar like live, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, what is that feeling? and then I didn't play bass guitar for 20 years.
Oh. At first I thought I was going to shit myself, but then I enjoyed it. I said, no, that feels different. Kevin?
Yep.
Did you say your first concert?
Oh, it was the Queers.
Oh, the Queers. Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was
at Dom. Yeah.
I was mesmerized by the bass story. I completely forgot I spoke to you.
There's a very quick story is there's a band called iFarm that played with the Queers that night, and my buddy Chris Rogan was wearing a Weezer T-shirt. We're like 12, 13-year-olds, and the guy from iFarm, the bass player, approached Chris and said, "I'll give you my bass if you give me your T-shirt right now."
Oh.
So he could have been like a 13-year-old boy walking around topless with like a bass.
He didn't do it?
No, he didn't do it in the end because we were kind of like freaked out.
Okay. What is your desert island record? Meaning, if you were stranded on a desert island and you realized you had like one choice.
Could it be a compilation album?
Oh, that's never been brought up.
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
Queens of the Stone Age, self-titled.
Very nice.
Oh man, I'm hesitant. Oh, whatever. You're not gonna know what it is, but Transistor Sound and Lighting Co. Self-titled album.
Transistor Sound and Lighting Co.
Winnipeg band from like the late 90s, early 2000s. Yeah.
Oh, very good. It's a deep cut.
Yeah, this guy knows music.
They were on Much Music, man. So
this guy knows much music.
If you had a time machine and you could go back and see any musical like concert or event, what would it be?
Man, would it be cool to see the Beatles on top of that rooftop? Something like that.
What was that? I think there was one concert with Pearl Jam, Nirvana, and the Red Hot Chili Peppers or something.
Whoa.
Something like that. Some crazy bill like that.
Was that like Lollapalooza?
No, I think they were just playing like a show in like 92 or 91 or something all together.
That's cool. I remember the early Lollapaloozas were awesome when they had like the Rollins band. You know Henry Rollins?
Yeah.
Rollins band and like Jane's Addiction. And those are fucking great.
Oh, wow.
Go see Gigi Allen.
Oh, Jesus. Shit on you.
I don't know who Gigi Allen is. What's that?
He's the guy who used to like poop in his hand and throw it at the crowd and like fight the crowd and like bleed out on stage and stuff.
Guy's a legend for all the wrong reasons, man. Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
I'll probably
need to talk about Gigi Allen.
No, that's fine. I'll probably get some Gigi Allen flack for talking bad about him. Go Gigi Allen. I know you died and all that, but it's good, man.
There's some good videos online. I'll show you.
Okay.
You said
I was going for the Beatles rooftop.
Oh yeah, that's
Beatles rooftop is a good one.
That was my. I had a follow up. Yeah, that was like their last thing ever, though.
Yeah, I mean, before that, they had stopped playing live. I think was it before Sgt. Pepper that?
Yeah, they were basically just like a recording artist, right? Oh, hang on.
Yeah, by that point, and then for the Get Back sessions, they decided to play on top of that rooftop. But I mean, I don't know. That's like you didn't buy tickets to that, but yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of great bands. It's hard to really boil it down to like.
I think if you were on the roof, it would have been cool. But if you're like 8 stories down, just kind of
yeah, like
I don't think it would have been. I guess you can say you were there. But what do you think of the new Beatles song? Did you guys hear that?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, it was very cool. Somber, like sobering kind of.
Yeah, I had chills. Give me some chills.
Yeah.
It's like we miss our dead friends, and then we're gonna die soon ourselves.
Yeah, this is
oh my god,
yeah, that kind of did. Yeah, it was kind of the vibe. Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy. I said that last week. I said there's something I thought I'd never say. Hey, that new Beatles song's pretty good.
Yeah. What'd you think of that new Beatles song?
Yeah, it's all right. I'll wait for the next one. Okay. Oh, that's a good one too. Do you have a music I was there moment? That might even be like a personal opinion. It doesn't have to be like a fancy thing.
Oh, I mean, like you're at a concert or something like that, and something happens?
Yeah, you know, like when I don't know, when Ozzy Osbourne bit the head off the bat type of thing. Like I was there to see that iconic, legendary thing.
Oh man!
But like I said, it could be your own too. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if I have any like really. I feel like all the concerts I've been to have been very professionally put on. I'll go for lack of anything other than like to say that I'll probably just go like the Rage Against the Machine concert at Blues Fest. Was like probably like my like damn, I can't believe they're actually playing in Ottawa right now.
right.
So
Yeah, I mean, nothing comes to mind. I mean, I'm trying to think. I was there for anything, not even music related. Like, was I there? I wasn't there for the Kennedy assassination. You were there?
No. I stood on the X though. I was in Dallas.
oh,
And we went to the.
you saw this grassy knoll.
Yeah. We were standing on it, and on the street, the people come by and they spray paint an X exactly where Kennedy was shot, and the city always comes and paints over it because
really?
they don't want it there.
Who are the people that are spray painting?
I don't know. There was actually
People who know who the second shooter was, dude.
there was actually people there. Like this one, I can't remember his name, but he came up to us and he had this book, like this photo album, and it was all full of conspiracies. He's like, Woody Harrelson's father killed JFK and all this stuff. He's like, I was here, I was a little kid, I saw it happen and stuff like that. But he told us that, and we stood on the X and we're all like taking pictures like tourists, right? But he's like, tomorrow that X won't be there, it'll be painted over.
That's crazy.
And then the next day it'll be back again. It's like wild. Anyway.
Yeah, I imagine there must be like layers and layers of paint. It's like probably like elevated compared to the rest of the cement.
Possibly, yeah. No, I didn't notice. It was cold. I remember it was cold in Dallas. Like, isn't this Texas? What the hell's going on? Okay. If Stoby could open for any band, what would it be?
I don't know that. Do you have the answer to that, Rick? The new hires. We're gonna open
class of 91. I don't know. I'll you go ahead.
I mean, I guess it has to be a band that's around today, right? It's not.
It's anything you want. It's a game. It's for fun.
I'm open for Taylor Swift.
Oh, I'd open for Taylor Swift
right,
too.
Man.
Yeah,
I'd do
that's a
that
good
tomorrow.
idea. That's a really good idea.
I'd leave this interview and go open for Taylor Swift right now.
Yeah, I'll say Taylor Swift too. That's a good one.
Tay all day.
Or Meshuggah. Just open for Meshuggah.
All right.
And have everybody yell at us. Be like, this sucks.
Get pelted with
beer cans.
Something. Live chickens. Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Of 13 questions with Stoby is, if you could have a drink or a meal or whatever with any musician, live or dead, who would it be? Or you know what? Anybody. If you could have a drink or meal with anyone, who would it be?
Alive or dead?
Yes.
Musician-wise, would love to have a whiskey with Keith Richards.
He's alive still, though.
Yeah. Anybody, alive or dead? I think it would be funny to see Einstein drunk. That would be kind of funny.
Okay.
Oh man, it's I don't know, because it's just because they play music that you admire, it doesn't mean that it'd be fun to hang out with them.
Don't meet your heroes type of thing?
Yeah, I mean, not to say that everyone would be like a jerk, but like, just because you really admire them, yeah, it doesn't mean it'll translate into good conversation or whatever.
Maybe meet someone you know is going to be a jerk then. That way you're just ready to go.
What, say that again? Sorry, what?
I said maybe plan to meet somebody that you know is going to be a jerk.
Oh. So you like entertained by the fact that they're a jerk?
I don't know.
You could ask Taylor Swift out for a glass of wine.
Then she can write a song about you and how shitty you were.
Yeah, I would like to have a beer with Rick.
Oh, that's nice.
We just did.
Yeah, true.
Speaking of Keith Richards, have you listened to the new
the new Stone stuff?
Yeah.
I heard.
Have you heard that? Have you heard that tune? It's
Angry.
Rip My Head Off.
No, I don't have
Paul
that.
McCartney's doing the distorted bass, and Rick Mick's like fucking don't take me fucking things, dropping F bombs
No,
in
I
it.
have not heard
Yeah,
that
check
one.
that
Wait,
out.
who's
man.
swearing on it?
Mick Jagger.
Mick Jagger's. Yeah, he's.
Yeah,
Whoa.
there's like he says bitch, he says shit, he says fuck like 3 times.
Whoa.
And Paul McCartney's in the back fucking doing this distorted and he's like, yeah, let's hear what you got, Paul. It's fucking it's fucked up, man.
awesome.
And it sounds awesome because that
That's
young
awesome.
producer did it. Andrew
Yeah, I read about. I'm not sure the guy. I remember reading about. He's a new modern like producer. Yeah.
yeah,
It's called Rip Your Head Off or something like that.
Bite My Head Off, I
Bite
think
My
it's
Head
called.
Off.
Yeah, check it out. It's really
Okay,
cool.
that's dope. Yeah.
Anyway, that has been 13 questions with Stoby. Thank you so much for participating. I know it's silly, but it's always
no,
some
that was
fun.
a fun game.
But we got to wrap it up. Any final words?
No. Just give us a follow on social medias and stuff. We're just Stoby, STOBY 613. I think is our Instagram.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We post stuff on what gigs we're playing. Feel free to reach out to us if you have any fun ideas for collaborations with Stoby and whatnot. And yeah, thanks for having us.
No problem. No problem. Thank you so much for being on, and good luck with everything. And I'm gonna post all your links and stuff when I post the episode.
Sweet.
So that's it. So
All right.
see you at the show.
All right,
See you
awesome.
then.
Thank you, man.
Bubblegum is on the line when research comes to find my face is in your palms, my place is in your arms. Can't face you. You know I really wanna. With the truth. Boring and shallow. No goodbye. You know I really wanna. Left that night. So be safe in the place that you hold as your own best name. And it's safe, but it's cold. Glasgow's meets a wide way.
All right, and again, alas, we've come to the end of another episode. That was episode 117. I'd really like to thank Rick and Kevin from the local band Stoby for coming by Southwood Studio and hanging out with me. Great story, fun people, and good conversation. Don't forget to check them out this Saturday at SAW with Class of 91 and Neon Ghost House and Hannah Vig. Check that out for sure. If you want to get a hold of me, you can always contact me at egoandvice@gmail.com. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can find it anywhere. Just search Ego and Vice Podcast in your Google machine, and it'll pop up. I'm the only one. Trademark. Other than that, go to the Humane Society and adopt a cat or dog or any animal. And make sure you don't just concentrate on the kittens or the puppies. They will get taken. It's the older guys that sometimes need love too. More so than ever. Anyway, that's it for me. Be good to yourselves. Be good to the people that are good to you. And we will see you next week. Bye.
You've got a real attitude problem, McFly. You're a slacker.
Wanna raise